Hello, Hollywood Time viewers. Judy Shields here. Today we welcome actor, dancer, and choreographer Alan Walls. Hi, Alan. How you doing?
Great, thank you. How are you today, Judy?
Yeah, good, good. Thank you for joining us from your home, I take it, huh? Where do you live, actually?
Valley Village
Valley
area?
Village. Very good. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. Today, we're here to talk about the World Choreography Awards. I understand that you're the founder, producer. Tell us about this award show coming up.
Well, this show is its 13th year, and it's actually kind of an incarnation of other shows over the years. And just was involved with a show maybe 20 years ago. And earlier, it started in 1993. The LA Dance Awards went into the Fosse Awards and then ended up being the American Choreography Awards. And I was a producer on that show with a lot of the other producer type people and agents in the city here of LA. And then kind of disbanded in 2003, and then in 2011 I kind of picked it up on my own with another partner, and we kind of went on to do it as the World Dance Awards for 4 years. And then after a few creative differences, we parted ways, and I took it up as the World Choreography Awards.
So it's coming up Sunday, November 5th. Are viewers able to attend this award show, or is
Yes, they are, for sure. Yes, it's open to the public.
All right, great. Well, we'll put a link up there so our viewers can come to it, because I'm looking forward to being there. It's going to be my first time.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat, I'll tell you that.
Well, what does it take to produce a show like this?
Well, it takes a lot of time. A lot of time. I start in basically June, prepping everything, and then going live with taking submissions on the website in July, and then we take submissions through July and August, and then September we stop in the first week of September, and then have to get everything organized, and then we have like about a week-ish of voting panels, which every night in my clubhouse we have 10 to 12 of the top choreographers and dancers in Los Angeles and in the world come, and they look at the submissions, and then they vote on them, and then we take the nominees from there, and then we have a voting panel of course, prestigious choreographers who come and vote on the nominees for who will be the winner.
So
And then September, and then now we're in October, and it's a lot, because everything's a deadline. You have to have the nominees so I can get the winners.
Okay.
And then when you get the winners, then you have to go out and make the trophies. And you have to make sure you have enough time for the trophies to be made and done. And they come from somewhere, I think in Kansas, but I deal with the place in it's New York. And then have that, and then you have to get the program together. So I got to get everybody's ads for the program, and then the program has a deadline. So I have to have the run of the show so that I thought I have a program here. What happens to be right here behind me, and this is
nice.
This is 2 years ago actually. So, but then I have to know what the show is, so I have to put the show in order so that people can look at it, and so I have to figure that out, and I figured this show out this week. So then I have to make that happen in here, and then I have to get all these ads and everything to the printer, and I have to have that done by Monday, and then that goes to print, and then they have to do the script, and they got to get all the presenters together and get all the presenters their sides and things like that, and I have to go over the script with the host, and then put everything together and get the dance numbers together and get everything together. So it's kind of a race to the finish. It's nonstop, day and night. Last night I went to sleep at 1:30, having done, of course, after I put my 3-year-old daughter to sleep at 10 o'clock. I had 3.5 hours of emails to go through, and it took like 50, 60 emails. So just try to do every moment is something to do.
So do you have a team, or is it just like you doing a lot of this?
Well, I do have a team of one, and her name is Cheryl Baxter Ratliff, and she has been producing the show with me for the last 9 years. She came on when it came into the World Choreography Awards, and she's been with me ever since, and she's handles pretty much the front of house. So another one of those things that is a lot is the seating arrangements.
Oh,
because you have to take everybody's who wants to come to the show, find them a seat. We used to do it in a theater called the Saban, which was, well, in some ways easier because we could just give people tickets.
Yes.
But then, people wanted like, oh, can I have 5 tickets? Oh, can I have 10 tickets? Oh, and 2 days before, oh, can I have 2 more tickets? And
Wow.
once you kind of get that seating arrangement and you start giving out tickets, you give out, 1,500 tickets. You can't really go back, and so, oh, let me take 2 tickets from him and, 5 tickets from there. And, so that is, was a lot to deal with. But now at the Avalon, we just have about 500 seated people, and all those people have to have a seat. So you don't really have a ticket. You just have to have a seat. So we need to make sure you're accounted for and you have a seat. So Cheryl Baxter takes care of what I call front of house, which is making sure that everybody who comes through the front door knows where they're going, goes through the red carpet line if they're a nominee or a celebrity type with that in mind. And then everybody has to have a seat to sit down in. So it's pretty sophisticated process.
Oh my goodness. That just made my heart race, all that work. I can't wait to see it.
Well, you'll have a seat, Judy.
They told me I have 2 seats. Now I just got to find a date.
Oh, well. Well, do you want to walk the red carpet with your date? We can arrange that. So.
Well, I'll be at the red carpet, I hope, interviewing. That's
okay. All right, great. Well, you'll have a lot of people interview.
I'm hoping to get that, so we'll find out. So
okay.
So then here I'm reading that some noted nominees for this year are Derek Hough, Adam Shankman, Jamal Sims, and Kane, among several others. So I was going to ask how the process is, but how do you get, these different nominees? You were telling me a little bit about that. The process.
Well, there's like 5 to 6, well, now 7 or 8 major agencies in Los Angeles area, and they have branches throughout the United States who submit a lot of their clients' work. Now, being that we're into our 13th year, it used to be like almost 80% of the submissions would come through the agencies for them submitting on the behalf of the choreographers. But now it's kind of almost like 80% of the choreographers, because they're familiar with the process, submit the work on their own. So the agencies are limited now to, how much they submit for their clients, because most of the time the client is aware of the show. And then I go on Instagram a lot, and I find people who maybe are a little bit off the beaten track and aren't, in the kind of network of being represented by one of the major agencies in the United States. And then find people like Kane, who was nominated for the Matilda musical. She's in London, and I happen to have a certain amount of connection with the people in London because, of course, they're doing a lot of filmmaking and other television. Jason Glickerson, who was with Strictly Come Dancing, is one of the choreographers who's constantly nominated for his work over there in Strictly Come Dancing. So there's a lot of knowledge of the award show over there as well. And then so they all just kind of, see when the submissions open, and we've gotten almost 300 submissions like every year now. But it's interesting how it's kind of, it really is diversifies. Or it used to be one of those things where it was we had a lot of digital content and music video, and that has kind of fallen off in the last year or two for whatever reasons. I'm not sure. Just it's been more television episodic, and this year we had actually 26 motion pictures, which are not necessarily theatrical release, because you have Netflix, Amazon, and Disney, and all the other streamers who are releasing films, which are motion pictures. And what we do is we go to IMDb and see how the project is released, and it will tell you on IMDb whether it says motion picture on it. And so 25, that's the most we've ever had, or 26. So it's a lot of motion pictures now.
Wow, that's a great number. Great number. What type of performances will we expect to see on the award show?
Well, there's 3 performances now that I have on the books. The one big performance will be with Kenny Ortega tribute, and we have like 4 numbers in that section, and there going to be a section from Chucky Cal Powell was recreating High School Musical.
Wow.
Travis Payne is recreating a number from Jam from This Is It. And then we're recreating a number from Newsies. And Paul Becker is recreating one of the numbers from Descendants. And then Miranda Garrison, who is co-choreographer and choreographer on Dirty Dancing, and myself are going to restage Dirty Dancing. So, and I won't tell you who's going to star in that part. It's not going to be me, that's for sure. Or Jennifer Cray, but we have some amazing couple. I kind of want to tell you, but I don't want to. I want people
spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's
we try, people.
But they, you know who they are, and if you're in the dance industry or even outside or just a fan of dance, you would know who they are, and it's going to be a powerful moment, and I wish it was televised because it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be a moment in the dance history books, to actually put all that together on one stage with all the incredible dancers involved. And I just listed, 4 of the 5 top choreographers in the last, 15, 20 years in show business. So,
it's going to be televised. That's not right.
Well, you would think, but you're not working at a network, or if you were, Judy, maybe you put us on.
Oh, darn it! I wish I could. Oh my goodness! Now, are you also going to have like legendary awards honorees that you do too?
Well, Kenny is a legendary honoree this year. He's taking the Legacy Award, so he is the person who is taking that.
Oh, nice! That'd be great. Do they know about that, of course, ahead of time?
Well, they know that Kenny is going to be honored with the Legacy Award. They don't know right now of the number it's taking place. It just kind of came together, well, last week and this week, so I don't really like to promote anything that I don't know is going to happen.
Yeah.
Now that I know that it's happening and all the elements involved, of course, we got to produce the number, which is a whole other thing. But now, everything's coming involved, and so we're going to start casting and getting it together and making it happen, so I can put the word out a little bit more definite that that's going to take place.
Yeah. So for this show, do you guys actually have like one day of rehearsal? What does that take to like?
Well, all the numbers will rehearse on their own, and I think because of Kenny's number is so multifaceted, they will have separate rehearsals for each choreographer going over their particular sections, and then we'll probably have one rehearsal where we will put it together probably the day before the show for maybe 2 or 3 hour rehearsal, and then we will have an hour or so to stage it at the Avalon that day, and then we will make it happen.
Oh, goodness, I'm so excited to be there. I can't wait to see all that going on the stage. I'm just so happy to be invited. I also want to talk to you about your career. What was it like being a choreographer, like on a movie set, like the first one you did?
The first one I did was, I've done so many, but I'll be honest with you. The first one I went on was with Blake Edwards, and I don't know if you know who Blake Edwards was. Wow. And I worked with Bruce Willis, bless his heart. It was Bruce Willis's second movie. It was called Sunset, and James Gardner was the star besides Bruce Willis. And so I'm on the set as basically co-choreographer, dance double, dancing with Miranda, who just came off of Dirty Dancing, and she was the lead dancer, choreographer in the scene. And I remember the most amazing moment. Blake comes up to me and goes, I'm gonna put you in first. We're gonna shoot you first. And I was thinking, oh, okay. And it's my first time I've ever been a motion picture like that size.
Yeah.
I said, okay. So he dressed me up as in Bruce's outfit, because Bruce and I were at that point where, we are the same size anyhow. He's like 6 foot, 75 pounds. And so I was perfect, dance stuff. Plus, I had been working with him for the last month and choreographing and working. And so I knew the dance better than him. So, Blake puts me in, and it was actually a psychic touch on his part, because he knew if he put me in and shot me first, Bruce would have to step up to the moment, because Bruce was kind of, I don't want to dance, But James Gardner, my goodness, man, that guy, I was I was so impressed with him. He was so sweet. He came up to me, introduced himself to me, told me how much he enjoyed my dancing and what I was doing, and that I was just I was flabbergasted because of course I grew up. He's huge star my whole life, and I was just like, thank you, sir. And he goes, I'm James Gardner, and I was like, yeah, you're James Gardner, all right. He's a big guy too,
He's
It's like,
big, huh?
yeah, he's a big gentleman, quite nice though. It's like such a gentleman. So it was great to see somebody of that stature be so kind and gracious, first time out. So.
I got to meet him. I went to the 50th anniversary of NASCAR Meets Hollywood, and I won the tickets, and I got to meet all these NASCAR, race car drivers. But he was there, and I'm telling you, I couldn't even talk. He was like, shook my hand, and I felt so silly because I was like in awe, and I was looking up at him, and he's just like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed."
I felt the same.
So,
But anyway, the rest of my career has been fantastic. Worked with some super amazing people. I've worked with Antonio Banderas on Take the Lead, which I have a poster right there. I don't know if
oh
you can see
yeah, I see it. Yeah, it looks
and
great.
created that dance with the young lady who he's dancing with.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
is Kathy Versalis, and we created all that look with her for Antonio. And then also another amazing movie I worked on was Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, Dirty Dancing 2, and with the Diego Luna. And that was an amazing experience. We shot in Puerto Rico for 5 months on that movie, and worked with Diego extensively, and was an amazing experience. And other amazing experiences over the years were Along Came Polly, working with Ben Stiller. That was a super fun time. He was great. Jennifer Aniston was great. I really had a great time working with both of them. And then one of the memorable, I don't know if I have a picture, things were also Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. We did the CGI effect with the first time you saw the ghost on the boat. And we were on the steering wheel and doing all these motions.
Oh, cool.
First time you saw the ghost in Pirates. I have a picture, but the book is in the other room. And then one of the other funny things I have a picture of right here is I just pull it out, is show it to you. This is on the set of
Ew. How cool.
the X-Files, and I was a zombie. And David Duchovny, I have a picture with David too. If I would have known, I would have pulled it out.
Yeah.
Of David Duchovny, where he was directing actually that particular episode. And so I was the only time I've ever been a zombie, but that was enough, to tell you the truth. After 4 hours of makeup and all that stuff,
Well, you look good.
Well, thank you.
You're a handsome zombie.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow, what a career. I normally ask if you've written a book, because this would be an amazing book.
No, I never thought about that, to tell you the truth.
You should. Well, how great to bring all this, because movies are movies, and you get entertainment to know that you've been part of the dance and all that, and it would be great, with all these pictures you have. That would be a great thing to do.
Well, I'll put that into my thought process right after I finish the show. Not much time to think about anything else, to tell you the truth, but that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That would be so great. So we do look forward to the show coming up on November 5th. And like I said, we'll put a link out there so that folks can still get tickets, so we can go and at least cheer them on, and hope one day it gets on TV where it belongs.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you could go to www.worldchoreography.awards.com.
Okay.
And there's a link there to get tickets, and has all the information about the show in the past and all the past winners over the last 9 years, 10 years. And so, yeah.
And there's videos there for people to watch of the past shows.
Not video. I mean, there's a link that will send you to videos they can watch.
Okay.
Yes, of the past shows. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. That's great. So you have any last words for us about this upcoming show?
Well, I think that it's just one of those things that once you come and experience the show, it's going to change your life, because there's nothing like it. I mean, the thing is we have a huge movie screen at the Avalon, and all this work that we see these days is on television. So you don't get a chance to. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Got all my everything firing up here.
They're telling you it's time to go now.
You just don't get a chance to see the material on a huge screen like that. So that's the most amazing thing about the show. Really, we got all the video packages that are put together of all the fantastic material, and you get to see it on a big, huge screen. It's life changing because that's the only time you ever get to see it.
No, she's so sweet. Look at your daughter.
He's
Hey,
almost finished. He's almost finished.
hi. Say hi.
Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Bubba. Say hi. Say hi,
She's
Judy.
just beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
She's
Thank you so much.
Well, we do appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here at the Hollywood Times today, and we have our YouTube channel that we're going to be putting this video up on, the Hollywood Times official. So thank you again, Alan, for
Oh, you're welcome, Judy. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And we look forward to meeting you in person.
I'll see you at the show. Yeah, for sure. We'll say hi, okay?
We sure will.